Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mention. I thought I'd come in and wish you a good day. I wanted to pass by and pull out a few cards for entertainment purposes as well, and maybe education. I'm going to pull out the 9 cards for the 7 chakras, which are aligned on a vertical axis throughout the human body and condition different aspects of ourselves, as well as Earth star and the soul star. So those messages may trigger specific things within you. I'm just offering one possibility of meaning what it can mean. Well, the first card is at the root, so the root is where we have the challenge, and here we have non-shared love that is not reciprocated. So it is the understanding of that unconditional love needs no reciprocation, but when we're in love with somebody, and it's not reciprocated, we have to learn to let go, not to become obsessed with something that somebody's not ready for experiencing. So as we let go, we can continue to love. It may be easier said than done, but we are growing, we are learning growth, we are learning what the trees are doing. We're moving, we're expanding beyond. And the navel, which controls all the earth plane, and it's controlled by the astral body, it's the sexual chakra. We have the knighthood. And the knighthood means if we've been a knight, we'll always be a knight. We are bound to higher moral standards. We are bound to be courteous. We are bound to the certain nobility of purpose and intention, and to be honest. And so those values are being integrated within our earth experience. What we see in our solar plexus, which is our power center, we have the idea of anger and food and anger. So it is about feeling this desire to fulfill something, to extinguish the thirst, but understand the pleasures of the senses are trapped. They are illusions for the truth lies somewhere else in many sense. And so, but we do have to face that, and to have to find this idea of the ability to be abundant and to be self-fulfilling and to be secure within, to be able to enjoy security and abundance. And until we get that, we may find connected to the idea of lack, but we have to remove ourselves from all ideas of lack in order to move back into abundance and possibilities, because otherwise we'll have to go through these wars and battles, for we have fought many wars and battles even against ourselves. So we have to let go of this battle. We have to make peace within ourselves, to forgive ourselves for whatever and forgive others, and then we are free. And that is the authority figures. So we are the authority. Do not let anybody else be the authority over your life, for you know what's good for you, or if you don't know, you can always ask, but in many sense it is your life, your process. And so it is important to understand that. In the heart, which is the neutral chakra, which is the center of all things, we all come from the heart. In truth, we just have forgotten about that. That's where we move into mental cycles. But as we return into the light and the heart, we will be able to feel this integration and this love that is always present. We have the card of biblical, so it means something very important. There is this great energy of spirituality, of history, of the blending of history and spirituality. It can talk about monumental change, historical event. It connects us to this past and history. So whatever that triggers for you is what needs to be activated, and we need to cultivate. What we see on our communication level is Egypt. So it's very, very powerful card of wisdom for during the Greek and ancient Greek times. Every Greek philosophers were going through this process. They were traveling to Egypt to be initiated at a temple of thought, and they were like Pythagoras or Heraclitus or Plato. They all came through this process, and so most of the fundamental of Greek philosophy were deeply seated in the knowledge of mystic in Egyptian history. And then of course Rome, at the time of Rome, the Greek language was essentially the Greek language was that of the intellectual, and so and then during the Dark Ages and the Renaissance, the language of the intellectual were Latin. So that's all the people that spoke Latin could educate themselves. The other ones could not. But now this language has become English. English is becoming the common language that we all can share. But in the event, there is a great deal of memory that comes from Egypt for a lot of the eternal wisdom. Egypt was a much older civilization than we believe, and we all had past life in Egypt, so it's about allowing ourselves. I'm working personally with the Master of Wisdom thought, as well as others of those this group, the divinity, and so there's a great deal of knowledge and understanding that will come from us connecting to this library of knowledge that is the great pyramid of thought, of chaos. What we see before our eyes in terms of the third chakra is karmic relations. So it's about understanding what we link. We have links that have been connected before we came into this life. There's certain people we are more connected to. There are certain circumstances that are coming into our life that will not happen to someone else, and this is because our karma. So it's about accepting this karmic relationship, and from there we'll find the farm. We'll find the ability to nourish ourselves in a complete way. And what's crowning us is a wonderful card of finance. For when finance comes, life becomes pleasant, becomes enjoyable, it becomes free. For we live in a world that is materialistic. So finance is an essential, for me, it's an essential attribute of spiritual fulfillment. What we see below us and from the earth, that comes from the earth star, is forgiveness. So it is about letting go, forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, and trusting that whatever happens has to happen in this way. And what is above us in the silver star, that is a soul star, is the community life. It's about understanding how, when in a community function, everybody is happy within the society, everybody's at his place, everybody's, it's like in Plato's Republic, there is an attempt to understand how we can work together and finding a way so everybody gets fulfilled within the process. And we lived in communities before where we were in our place and everybody was taking care of everybody else, and together the society functioned without even having need for money at the time. So it is returning to those more, maybe a model that's more family-oriented communities, and so this will come, but it is a time where there is a great deal of newness that will come into the picture. So I've addressed those ideas and issues in my book. I made a preview translation in it's called Beyond the Veils of Illusions. I'm only on chapter 7 in the translation, but I speak much about this future civilization of the earth in the later chapters that will be coming. To finish, I wanted to pull out 4 cards from the archangels to see what the highest wisdom for us today is. The King of Ariel: prosper, stable, gifted, powerful. So your projects are happening as it should. Professional and financial success. Utilize your resources. Utilize well your resources. So it is confirmed. All of it is coming. All of it is here. It is a matter of continuing to use to seek administrative wisdom in our life. What we need to understand is the S of Michael. A brilliant idea has just come into your mind. Do not let yourself be stopped by the bumps on the road. Clear up any communication problem. So it is important to understand that. What we need to do is the 5 of Raphael. It says each thing has a reason to be. Let your regret aside and focus on the chance to access the happiness that is being offered to you. Looking for recomforts. So it is important to stay focused on what we want, basically, because the general card for us today is the King of Raphael. It says warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, you can trust. Capacity to do more than one thing at one time. Give free recourse to your artistic passion. So here Raphael is holding the position of the great Neptune, the Poseidon, the king of the ocean. And so it is a very pleasant time. I hope you will enjoy it. Behind me is an astronomical painting. It's one of the first of that series. I'm going to finish with a song, just a vocal exercise, just to finish in music. See the storm set in your eyes, see the dawn twist in your side. I wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of face, on bed of nails she make me wait, and I wait without you, with or without you. Sort of storm, we reach the shore, you give it all, but I want more, and I'm waiting for you, with or without you, with or without you. I can't live with or without you. And you give yourself away, and you give yourself away, and you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. My hands are tied, my body bruised, she got me with nothing to win and nothing left to lose. And you give yourself away, and you give yourself away, and you give, and you give, and you give yourself away, with or without you, with or without you. I can't live with or without you. Well, thank you very much. I'm sorry it's the first time I sing it. It's not. I will probably improve upon all those songs by the time I get to actually record them, if I choose to do so. I wish you a wonderful day. I thank you very much for everything. I just placed the chapter 7 of my book just to continue with this reading. It's not a perfect translation, but it gives an idea, a preview of this information. There's a great deal of ascension keys and codes in this book, and so I thought it was important to give it away in a way before its publication, but it will soon be official, and hopefully I'll be able to go and discuss all those ideas within the mainstream media. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.